Today we're looking at kind of diet and supplementation to optimize fertility. My name's Dr. Jodie Peacock. I'm a naturopathic doctor located in Ontario in Canada. And I'm very excited today to present on this topic. So I'm just going to start sharing my screen and we can get going. All right, so again, just to give you a little bit of background, I've been in practice for 18 years now. I myself have been diagnosed with PCOS and Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So that was one of the reasons that I kind of was interested in kind of starting on this path of supporting patients on their fertility journeys. I've written a book called Preconceived that's available on Amazon, so you can download either e-copies or you can order paperback copies. The founder of the Canadian Fertility Show, which has been running for 6 years now. And I'm the mom of a healthy 3 boys, including a set of twins. So when we talk next week about PCOS and egg quality, we'll also kind of get a little bit more into how we kind of optimize that side of things as well. So in today's lecture, we're really going to focus on kind of general dietary recommendations that are going to help support your fertility. We will get into a little bit of the research around particular nutrients that we know will help support fertility kind of from an egg and a sperm health perspective. And then we also want to understand what ingredients you're kind of looking for with your supplements, what you're trying to avoid, to really make sure that, you know, if you are going to take supplements during the preconception time, that they're going to be the right ones for your situation. When we talk about kind of supporting fertility, we have 4 main areas that we want to optimize to ensure the health of both potential parents. So first of all, we want to make sure there's no nutrient depletions that are going to potentially be problematic trying to go into a pregnancy. We want to generally minimize inflammation in the body. We want to support healthy energy production via the mitochondria, and we also want to help balance immune function. So these kind of 4 elements are things I will work with my patients on before getting pregnant so that we really help optimize your health, partner's health, and health of your future baby. So the focus of this lecture is going to be predominantly on diet and nutrition. So when we start with kind of an overall looking at diet, we have 3 main macronutrients. We have our carbohydrates, our proteins, and our fats. These are all essential in our diet. So any diets where they talk about completely eliminating one of these 3 macronutrients, generally that's not going to be a great diet that's sustainable long-term for someone. And, you know, part of what I try to help patients and educate them on is how we kind of make dietary changes that are sustainable. So we're not going to do things like typically for, you know, a week or 2 and then go right back to how we were eating before. We want to make really good, positive, long-term changes. So when we look at consuming different macronutrients and we look at this kind of concept of blood sugar regulation, we know obviously when we eat carbohydrates, we get kind of that blood sugar goes up quickly. It also then crashes quickly. Protein, you'll see, has kind of a more, you know, it still goes up and down, but is a little bit of a flatter curve. And then with our fats, we get a very sustainable blood sugar regulation with them. So we don't see, you know, much of that kind of up and down piece. This is where some of the comments and concerns will come around, you know, eating a very high carbohydrate diet, because we see such a swing in that blood sugar piece. And as we swing with those blood sugars, we also will swing with our insulin, and insulin tends to be very inflammatory for the body. So the less insulin we need to secrete less often, generally the better that's going to be for our overall health. So when we look at that insulin piece, we know that higher inflammation has been linked to infertility. And so again, kind of the less insulin that we need to secrete, the better that's going to be overall for you, not just from a fertility standpoint, but also from, we know a lot of our chronic diseases do well in an inflammatory state. So this is something, again, that we look at more as kind of a long-term concern, so that we are, you know, really optimizing our health.